the Panhandle's most trusted newscast. This is Pro News 7 at 10.
Tonight, it's the story already igniting a firestorm on social media. Good evening. Thanks for being here. I'm Larry Lemons.
And I'm Lisa Schmidt. It's a story you'll only see here. One Amarillo family is now suing Canyon ISD.
They claim a teacher's aide dragged their disabled son into a janitor's closet. Tonight, they're speaking only to investigative reporter Selena Lewis.
She's standing by live right now at Arden Road Elementary with the exclusive story. Selena, good evening.
Lisa, Larry, good evening. Rachel and Shane Wade say their 7-year-old son, Dylan Wade, was abused multiple times here at the Arden Road Elementary School, and that the only reason they found out was because another parent having lunch with their child witnessed the entire thing.
Thank you. He loves Elmo.
Rachel Wade describes her 7-year-old son, Dylan, as a happy, loving kid.
I'm a lucky mama. I love that innocence about him. The day he figures out he's different, it'll break my heart.
But her son is different. Dylan suffers from severe cerebral palsy, visual impairments, and is not able to walk on his own.
He's been through a lot. He's had 16 major surgeries.
Despite Dylan's health issues, he attended Arden Road Elementary School like many other children his age, until his parents say they had to pull him out, but not because of his health.
I'm sorry. This is hard to do. My husband and I saw the janitor's closet that our son was put in.
Rachel says she and her husband Shane got a call from another mother after school one day, telling her that her son had been dragged across the cafeteria by a teacher's aide and put into the janitor's closet.
The witness said that the aide was obviously mad. She jerked him up under the arms, not affording him the ability to walk in his walker, the dignity, or to carry him. Just kind of dragged him with his feet dangling.
According to school records obtained by the Wade's attorney during the course of a lawsuit against the school district, the Wade's claim Dylan was put in that closet multiple times.
There were boxes piled all over the top of these sinks, just real haphazardly, like could have fallen off on my son. The floor was filthy.
But they say by the time Child Protective Services arrived, the closet had been transformed.
Now, I wish I'd have taken pictures of the closet because it was, as my wife described. But by the time CPS got there, the closet had been cleaned up significantly. Posters put on the wall, childlike posters. Pictures were taken with the lights on, which made it look totally different.
I'm going to sit in this chair with Mama.
It infuriates me. They picked the most disabled child in the entire school to do this to. I mean, my son is not only physically disabled, but, is delayed in speech in pretty much every area, and he can't come home and tell me that somebody did this to him.
The Wades say that Arden Road is denying any wrongdoing, and no one from the school would comment on camera, but they did release this statement. Canyon ISD can confirm it is currently involved in a due process proceeding and that a complaint of abuse was made in September. The abuse allegations have been thoroughly investigated, both internally and by Child Protective Services. Canyon ISD acted timely and appropriately in responding to the claims. Canyon ISD will provide no further comment.
CPS goes in and says, well, the school did their own investigation and they found no wrongdoing, so therefore we concur with that. My question's always been, if CPS heard I was doing that to my child, I was putting him in a dark closet, and would they be so lenient towards us as a parent?
The Wades say they didn't want to start this legal battle, but didn't know what else to do.
If they would do that in front of another parent sitting in the cafeteria, what are they doing when none of us are around? We also know that this same teacher's aide has been slapping my son on the hands to tell him no, and that's not acceptable either.
We tried to talk to the teacher's aide, who is no longer employed by the school, but she refused to comment.
I'm not allowed to say anything.
The Wades say they're not the only family to deal with issues at Arden Road.
There's 2 other parents that I know of who've suspected abuse in their children at the same school.
Adding that the problem is not just with one teacher's aide. A witness to the alleged abuse claims it goes all the way to the top.
There was also a vice principal of the school that heard my son screaming from the closet And she went over to the room and opened the door and screamed at my son, "No, no," and shut the door and let it go on.
Dylan's parents say his behavior has definitely changed this year.
My son started telling my husband and I, "Get in the closet," which is a phrase we had no idea where he came up with, and now we know what he's talking about. You know, he's deathly afraid of the dark now. We can't drive around at night without the dome light on in our cars. We can't turn the TV off in our living room to watch a movie. And the first thing he wakes up in the morning, he's saying, "Light on, light on." I mean, you can't tell me that my son wasn't emotionally harmed by this.
Rachel says she has one question for school administrators.
What if this was your child? What if they put your child? What if they drug your child across the cafeteria and put them in a dark, dirty janitor's closet? How would it make you feel? I love you.
So as you just heard in that story, there are other families claiming abuse against Arden Road Elementary School. Tomorrow night at 10, I speak with a family who says their daughter with Down syndrome was also abused. But for now, reporting live in Southwest Amarillo, Selena Lewis.
All right, thanks, Selena. Happening right now, Borger police continue to try to find a motive in a local homicide.
Yes, an early morning 911 call notified police of an assault, and now a suspect is in custody. Police say when they arrived at the 1000 block of Thram Street, they found 27-year-old Ryan Gilstrap suffering from life-threatening injuries. He was later pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. 29-year-old Shay Teal is in custody on a murder charge for the crime and awaits a bond hearing. Police canvassed the neighborhood this morning to try to find a motive in the case.
Everyone knows everyone in our community, and so it's either a friend of a friend or a family member of a friend, and so it affects all of us.
Tonight, Amarillo police are looking for two men they say lit another man